Throughout history, animals have worked for man.
Keep alive!
And man has fed and cared for them.
What about the animals?
Let them rot.
Where's our food?
I'm so hungry.
But now, in this valley, on this farm, in this barn,
Man is our enemy.
things are about to change.
Remove man, and we will become free and equal.
Free and equal.
Based on one of the most important and controversial books of our time.
What's going on in there?
Revolution! Seize the day!
Let's get to the car!
Glorious victory is ours!
We must never come to resemble man in any way.
They started with a dream of prosperity.
Our farm is now truly Animal Farm.
Now, they will have to face their greatest challenge, themselves.
From now on, a special committee of pigs will decide all aspects of the farm.
No!
Lakeshore International is proud to present George Orwell's classic tale of greed.
Who has the milk and apples?
Us pigs have the milk and apples.
Corruption.
Napoleon, I want to see my puppies.
You can't see your puppies.
Got a bottle of whiskey for you.
They're behaving like men.
Can't tell the difference between them.
And oppression.
Any animal seen giving food to a hen will be punished by death! All animals are now free!
Animal Farm.
What if the pigs are wrong?
Everybody, just got done watching 1999's Animal Farm, starring the voices of Patrick Stewart, Peter Ustinov, Julia Ormond, Kelsey Grammer, Pete Postlethwaite, Ian Holm, etc. And yes, I did pay all of £1 for this DVD, and there's a good reason for that. You know, besides the fact that look at the design on that disc, people. Isn't that? It's just exciting. So this is another movie that I have never seen before. That I had to actually get out of its cellophane wrapper, and it's based on George Orwell's book, which I also haven't read. But this is one of those stories that everybody knows. It does not matter whether, like I say, I haven't read the book or seen any of the adaptations. But it is one of those stories that gets taught to you, you know, kind of about you know, kind of power with hypocrisy kind of thing. So for those of you who don't know, basically, on a farm, the animals decided to have like a revolution, and not be like they want to, not be like the humans and stuff like that. And their kind of old boar leader, played by Peter Ustinov, you know, teaches them that they need to be free and all that stuff. And then in a freak accident, he gets shot. So kind of Snowball, played by Kelsey Grammer, he learns how to read and write, and he teaches the other animals like some commandments and stuff to guide them and that. But a couple of the other pigs kind of become power hungry, particularly Napoleon, played by Patrick Stewart, and Squealer, played by Ian Holm. And they kind of they decide to start doing their own version of the commandments and that, and take over. I mean, one of their rules is like all animals are equal, but you know, the pigs are like they decide to take complete charge. And when Snowball doesn't agree with them, that he says this is completely against everything, he gets chased off by Napoleon and that as a traitor. And basically then, you know, Napoleon and Squealer and that, they become more and more human-like. They live in the house, they start trading with like the humans and stuff. And you know, like I say, it's all about hypocrisy, and it just gets, you know, kind of run down and everything. But, okay, so that's the basics. And of course, unfortunately, the other animals suffer at the hands of the pigs and stuff. And some of the dogs that are kind of used as guards and brainwashed. But here's the thing with this adaptation. There are a good number of problems with it. Specifically, the end. The end is so... Now, I do not... Like I say, I have not read the story. I am not clear on what the ending of the story is. But the thing is so Jesse, the sheepdog, and a couple of others that, you know, realise everything's going to hell and that, they go find a safe place on the outskirts of the farm. And then it's like, because the whole thing is like narrated by Julie Ormond, who plays the dog Jessie. It's narrated by her, so I get that she doesn't know what's that character doesn't know what's happened because it's told from her viewpoint. But the problem is they disappear, and then all of a sudden it literally goes, oh, seasons passed, years have passed, we got old, and then a storm happened and we went back to the farm to see what happened. But there was survival, you know, you see a couple of the puppies, and that's it. And then we have new owners, so we'll make sure they don't make the same mistakes. And I'm like, wait, we have no idea what happened to the animals that did stay. Fine, because the thing is like the pigs, they get addicted to whiskey and all that stuff, and fine, I get them going to ruin kind of thing, and more than likely being kind of tricked by the humans and sent to slaughter or whatever, much like they did with the other animals. But I'm just like, that was far too rushed, and this is an hour and 25 minutes long, so again, I guess they're trying to stick to the child length movie. But seriously, I would not show this to a child. This is a PG rating, parental guidance. And seriously, there was a lot of times I was sat there going, okay, that's disturbing. I like it. I don't know, I wouldn't show this to a young child. So, I could have gone on at least another 10 minutes to kind of properly end it. But other problems with it, other than the animation that they felt the need to keep using, like computer graphics of this pig climbing up and down this ladder, which was awful. The speaking parts are not exactly, the mouths on the animals, not exactly well done considering, you know, films like Babe and that. But it got a bit distracting at the start, but it wasn't too bad by the end. And just the puppet of Major, played by Peter Ustinov, was awful. That was terrifying. That was really badly done. I had other problems, and my mind has just gone blank. Because, oh, that's the thing as well, is, so Snowball gets chased off as a traitor, and you never see him again. And the pigs lie and say that he's causing problems on the farm and that, when he actually isn't, that it's just their way of controlling the other animals. But you never see what happened to Snowball. You never know what happened after he ran off and that. And again, I get that it's told from the dog's point of view, but I just felt that was really, really badly handled. It would have been nice to see what happened to him, even if he had been ripped to shreds by the dogs or whatever. Also, I'm sorry, dweebiest humans ever. I don't know, it cracked me up because they turn up at the farm to invade and try and take the farm back. and these animals chase them off and everything. Now we're talking about 12 burly farmers who turn up with, you know, big shotguns and everything. And they get chased off. Now the funniest thing is so the animals stand up against the gate and watch as the humans run away. You know what it would have taken? Those humans turning around and shooting those animals from a distance. They could have easily done it, but no, they didn't. And I'm still confused about how... I get that pigs are intelligent and everything, but I don't understand how the humans suddenly can understand what the animals are saying and stuff. But yeah, they're nitpicks, and again, I don't know the story, so, you know. I get that there's a satirical level and that to this story anyway. So those things I just noted, I am aware are really too logical nitpicks for this kind of story. Overall though, I don't know, this feels kind of a meh movie, if that makes sense. It's not a movie that I necessarily really like, although like I say, there was a darkness about it that I enjoyed. There were some bits that had me a bit disturbed, and that kind of stuff I always enjoy. I didn't dislike it, but I just didn't think it was great. And I didn't feel it conveyed properly the morals and story that we have been told about this story. So... I don't know, it's, like I say, I guess I would give it 5 out of 10, because it is just an average film. But, you know what, I mean, everybody's good at voice acting. I mean, Patrick Stewart is perfect as Napoleon. Ian Holm creeps the shit out of me as Squealer. Honestly, that man who you see as like Bilbo and that, he's all nice and sweet, or in The Borrowers and that, and you're like, oh, he's adorable. I think the only thing I've ever seen him in this evil was like Alien, when he went all psycho. Yeah, no, he's really creepy in this. So it's like, you're just like, yeah, you know what, this could have been a lot worse. Like I say, I've not seen any other adaptations of this, but there is a good reason why I only paid £1 for it, because it just is, it's not great. But if you want to see, if you want to see Animal Farm, at least check it out. You could do a lot worse, and it's not absolutely diabolical. You do get into the flow of it. At the start, I was like, oh, for goodness sakes. Had the ending not been so shit, I probably would have given it some more points. Because I got into the flow of it. The flow goes quite well midpoint. It kind of picks up a bit. But yeah, otherwise it's a bit of a bleh movie for me. And I was kind of dreading watching this. I bought it just as because it was one of those movies that I've always wanted to see. I was kind of dreading it, but it didn't really define my expectations, if that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, I mean, if you can pick it up for £1, then great. If you can pick it up for free, even better. If you can catch it on Netflix or something like that, then give it a try. But otherwise, sorry, but that's today's movie, Animal Farm. For now though, this is Sketch, signing out.